I'm Monique Ledesma with Apple Valley News Now. Coming up, find out how you can get in the Ben and Franklin Fair rodeo spirit earlier than the start date. All that and more coming up.
Also here at 5, crime in one part of Pasco on the rise, so police say they will be stepping up patrols. Plus, we have some good news about the Retreat Fire and Battle Mountain Complex fires. Our Toby Solving will explain. Stacy?
And right now, it's a beautiful Friday afternoon. Look at that, 88 degrees. Things, well, are going to be changing this weekend. I'll tell you all about it in my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
We have made it to Friday. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. It's August the 16th. Well, as the weekend nears, our weather is drastically changing, and that is where we begin. First Alert Stacy Lee joining us from our First Alert Weather Center with the very latest. Stacy, tell us more.
I know people say, let's start with the good news or the bad news first. Let's start with good news. Why not? It's Friday, 88, beautiful day. We've had a pretty pleasant week all week long. Winds are light at 10. Our sunset tonight at 8:03. Temperatures elsewhere around the area still very nice out there. Look at that, from the 70s to the low to mid and upper 80s through the region. Things are going to be changing. However, tonight clear and calm. Once again, enjoy that. We'll call it the calm before the storm. Things change tomorrow. Look at that. We're going to have a big spike in our temperatures briefly tomorrow. On top of that, we are tracking some pretty major storms in the area. We're talking heavy-duty thunderstorms in the Cascades, potentially through the region with strong gusty winds. We have some flood warnings in place for the east slopes of the Cascades, and again, those hot temperatures tomorrow. So let's enjoy the calm and clear for tonight. I'll get to all those details in my First Alert weather forecast. Austin?
Stacy, we'll see in just a bit. Turning to fire season 2024, there are more positive updates this evening in the Retreat and Battle Mountain Complex fires. New at 5, Apple Valley News Now's Toby Solving brings us the very latest.
The Battle Mountain Fire Complex is now 94% contained and holding steady at about 183,000 acres burned. This fire crosses Morrow, Grant, and Umatilla County lines. In Umatilla County, all evacuation levels have been lifted. Levels 1 and 2 evacuation warnings are still in effect in Morrow County.
So yesterday was a pretty wet day, actually. We got quite a bit of rain on the fire, and the majority of the fire happened on the east side of it, anywhere from quarter inch to half inch, and some places even an inch. So with that being said, a lot of the stuff on this northwest side of the fire is looking really good. Crews are continuing to monitor some of that stuff that was moving around in those drainages, some of that active fire behavior. But with that rain that we got yesterday, a lot of that stuff has calmed down quite a bit. So the plan today is for crews to go out there and evaluate if there's anything that needs to be done or if that rain kind of took care of that stuff for us.
The Pioneer Fire in Chelan County has burned almost 39,000 acres and is now 23% contained. All evacuation levels are still in place in the area. This fire is burning on steep slopes with crews working to protect homes and infrastructure.
We had large air tankers and very large air tankers continue to apply retardant down the ridge line. And we had a crane, a Type 1 helicopter, use a mobile retardant base to connect the dots in between the hand line and the retardant application. This was necessary due to the steepness and the inability of the large air tankers to fly all the way down in that steep terrain.
The Williams Mine fire is still only at 2% containment and burned close to another 100 acres since yesterday, so it's about 11,400 acres now. There are still level 1 and 2 evacuation warnings for the Trout Lake community and parts of Klickitat County. The Retreat Fire in Yakima County is at 80% containment and holds steady at just over 45,000 acres. All evacuation orders have been lifted as of this morning. Highway 12 is still closed except to residents to access their property. This is Toby Solvang with Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Toby, thank you. Now, if you are planning to travel this weekend, Highway 12, parts of it are still closed. So Apple Valley News Now's Josh Colbreth has an in-depth look for us in our team coverage.
Well, ever since the startup of the Retreat fire, that's put U.S. Highway 12 at risk, especially with the burnt trees, the dead trees, the snags. And so U.S. Highway 12 is closed from milepost 151 to 185. However, there is a caveat in that residents are allowed through the closure if they can provide proof of residency within this area. But for the rest of us, if you do have to travel this way on U.S. Highway 12, I'll show you how to get to the other side. And we'll start here at the split off of U.S. Highway 12 and 410. That's the Y. It's to the north and to the west of Tieton. And so you would have to stay on 410, and you would have to travel up to the north and west. And eventually 410, it turns here. So you would parallel the Natchez River, and then eventually you would turn where the Bumping River splits off, and you would continue following 410 down. Eventually you get to the junction of 410 and 123. This is where Cayuse passes at. This is where Chinook passes at. And eventually you would take this route down to the south on 123, and eventually you would meet back up with U.S. Highway 12. So it's a bit of a workaround, but it is an option. Be safe, and of course, be sure to check WashDOT as you travel throughout this weekend.
Josh Colbreth, thank you. Firefighters and police were called out to a rollover crash this afternoon. Apple Valley News Now was there. Officials tell us there was only one car involved. The driver drifted onto gravel on the side of the road, and then when they tried to steer away, this happened. Nobody was injured in the crash. If you happened to be driving along I-182 last night in Pasco, you may have noticed this crash just before exit 12. Pasco PD says this large box truck lost control and crashed right through a wall. The driver veered off the eastbound lanes and went careening through a chain-linked fence and a couple brick walls, which enclosed the backyards of a couple homes there. Nobody was seriously hurt. Police arrested the driver for DUI. A 63-year-old man of Richland has been sentenced after pleading guilty to one count of receipt of child pornography. The judge imposing a sentence of 15 years imprisonment to be followed by a lifetime of supervised release. Between December of 2022 and March of 2023, the Southeast Regional Internet Crimes Against Children Detective Task Force developed information that Gerald Allen Knott, who is already a registered sex offender, was using the internet at his parents' home in Richland to distribute child porn. The more than 1,600 image and video files depicted young children, including those approximately 1 to 4 years old, being sexually abused. Back in Pasco, we have a crime alert for residents in District 2. Pasco PD says they have noticed an increase in residential burglaries. The cause? Due to garage doors being left open or not fully secured. Police say most of these burglaries are occurring overnight, so tonight, PPD wants people to remember to secure your home and property. Patrol officers say they will increase their visibility in neighborhoods during the night, and they will work to contact homeowners who have left their garage doors open. New from the Benton County Sheriff, this week marked a milestone for the Sheriff's Office. As of late Thursday, the department became fully staffed. Now, the Sheriff says when he started at the office, they were down 15 deputies. He says investigators screened over 200 applicants to get the select few that they have now hired. In downtown Kennewick, the Benton Franklin Fair will feature the Grand Parade. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma reports that information about the parade as she joins us live from the fairgrounds. Hey there, Monique, what's happening?
Hi, Austin. The Fair and Rodeo starts next Tuesday, but if anyone is looking to get in the Fair and Rodeo spirit, they don't have to wait until next Tuesday to get their spirits on, as the annual Fair Parade is tomorrow. I'm joined here with Lori Lancaster, the Executive Director for the Ben Franklin Fair and Rodeo. Hi, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you? Can you tell me, what can people expect at the parade tomorrow?
The parade is really the kickoff to our event. It's the 76th annual parade, and it will be a very large parade. It'll probably last about 2.5 hours. So we want everyone to bring their lawn chairs, get comfortable, and settle in for a long morning of family entertainment.
And then where can people catch the parade going through around in Kennewick, and through what times?
The parade starts at 10. Some of the prime viewing areas are on Kennewick Avenue and on First, but you can get on the BentonFranklinFair.com website and look at the map, and there's lots of places you can enjoy the parade from downtown.
Now, this is the 76th annual parade that you guys have. How is this year different than the last year's?
Well, I think for us, it's just always evolving. This year, we're really excited because we have a gentleman in the parade who's been to every parade, attended every parade we've ever had for 76 years. He's 100 years old, and he's going to be in the parade.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, guys, we'll have more information later tonight at 6. Reporting live in Kennewick, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now, sending it back to the desk.
All right, Monique, thank you for that. We have an alert from the Grant County Sheriff's Office this evening. Did you lose something at the Grant County Fairgrounds this year? Tonight, the department says they have several debit cards, driver licenses, and other items that were found and turned in. If you have lost something, stop by the sheriff's substation at the fairgrounds. After the fair ends, unclaimed lost property will be taken to the sheriff's office in Ephrata. All right, we're turning to our art beat now. Get ready for the theater events of the summer. Over 100 actors, dancers, musicians, and technicians have come together for a large-scale production of the Broadway hit musical, The Music Man. Yes, and Productions is staging the Tony Award-winning musical at the Hapo stage in Richland.
So we are very excited to be here. It is a musical. We have an incredible cast of some of the best singers in the Tri-Cities who are accompanied by a 17-piece orchestra that is live. We have just an incredible cast of over 45 performers. Plus we have the principal, our principal dancers are the senior company of the Mid-Columbia Ballet.
Tickets are $25 for adults and $17 for students. The news at 5 is just getting started. Still ahead, felines and firefighters were in the spotlight today at one local animal shelter. Our Riley Fitzgerald will bring us more. And get ready for an active weather weekend. Our Stacy Lee tracking the changes in her first alert forecast. We're on your side on this Friday, and we're back after this.
This Labor Day, More Furniture is introducing the luxurious new Estate Collection of mattresses by Stearns & Foster. Handmade by certified master craftsmen, the collection features Temper-Indulge memory foam and IntelliCoil inner springs to provide exceptional comfort and support all night long. During our Labor Day event, take a full 60 months to pay with absolutely no interest and no money down, and get a free premium bedding bundle including 2 pillows, a mattress protector, and a full set of sheets. Visit your local showroom today.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on most 2024 Cadillac models when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
I'd started abusing the oxycodones that I'd been prescribed. I was pretty uncontrollable.
I knew that the drugs and the alcohol had taken a toll on me, and I knew the whole time that I wanted to make changes. I just didn't know how to make them.
It was a blessing that I went into rehab, and that's how I got my life back on track.
I didn't get sober on my own. I had a group of people.
Watch more stories and find resources about substance use disorder at maketheconnection.net/substance use disorder.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Whitman Hill Winery is proud to support Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown.
Round 5 voting is now open. After voting, enter to win a $25 gift card from STCU. We're giving away a total of 24 cards from STCU, Les Schwab Tires, and Whitman Hill Winery.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bath Fitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bath Fitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
We're back now with a story that's making a big difference. The Tri-Cities Animal Shelter hosted its Felines and Firefighters adoption event this morning, collaborating with local firefighters aiming to clear the shelters. Our Riley Fitzgerald was there and even came back to the newsroom with more than just this story.
The Tri-Cities Animal Shelter was looking to clear its kennels with the Felines and Firefighters adoption event.
So we tried to get out through the public, through social media, and through the city, recognizing this event today to try to get some homes for some of these animals, this little guy right here, and try to get out to the community and just kind of bring people in, have a great day, see our fire trucks, meet your local firefighters. We have other events out here going on. So just really want to celebrate today and make it all about the animals.
Crews from the Pasco Fire Department were there to share tips on fire safety to keep us and any new pets safe.
They're part of a family, and so one of the biggest things we see is when we see pets left in cars, especially on these hot days. When they're left in a car, it only takes a couple minutes, especially if the windows are rolled up, even partly cracked. It can, inside the vehicles gets very, very hot, and that can be very bad for our animals. So that's one of the biggest things we always want to say is never leave your pet inside a vehicle.
And of course, while we were there, plenty of adoptions took place.
If you're looking to adopt, rescues and shelters all around the region have pets up for adoption right now, except for this one because she is coming home with me.
Riley Fitzgerald, thank you. The event took place from 10 until 2 today, but there are still plenty of cats and dogs up for adoption at the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter. Just announced from the city of Sunnyside, a vaccine clinic is coming on September 6th. It'll happen from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. or until vaccines run out. The location, 1521 South 1st Street in Sunnyside. For your convenience, this is a drive-through clinic, so you can just stay in your vehicle and they will take care of the rest. Exact cash is preferred, but officials say they will still have card readers available if needed. Final preparations are underway right now in Chicago for a big week at the Democratic National Convention, a convention that just 1 month ago looked far different than what we now expect to see. Brian Abel in Washington with a preview.
We've been planning for this moment for more than a year.
Democrats are hoping to shine this week in the national spotlight for the Democratic National Convention. Final preparations happening around the stage and the city of Chicago in anticipation of 50,000 people attending. Security? Free Palestine! Top of mind, with protests already starting and after the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump just days before the Republican convention last month.
Some things, and we want to make sure that whatever happens, we're prepared for any possibility. However, it did heighten our awareness here of those possibilities.
With a shift in momentum following President Joe Biden dropping out of the race, the Kamala Harris campaign looking to use this primetime moment to capitalize by defining Harris and highlighting her record before and during her vice presidency. Helping her? Democratic heavyweights. Night one, the passing of the torch as Biden is set to speak. Also Monday, the first female presidential nominee for the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton. Former President Barack Obama will be the main attraction Tuesday, former President Bill Clinton Wednesday, and Harris's running mate, Governor Tim Walz. Before Harris herself closes the convention on Thursday. Democrats expecting the week to be a unifying concert-like celebration.
So it's like, when we say this is a cultural iconic moment, like this stuff you just don't manufacture. It's like the political Coachella.
At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And happy, beautiful Friday to you. It's been gorgeous weather, very temperate out there, a little bit breezy, not bad. Little smoke and haze well in the upper atmosphere, so not impacting air quality at all in Yakima today. 82 degrees, winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of what's coming our way tomorrow. We have a low pressure system sitting off the coast. Check it out. It doesn't look massive, but it gets big and it starts moving in. So we'll have showers increase increasing on the east side of that upper level low. And then here comes that big band of showers all the way from the south heading north into Washington State and the Cascade Mountains. Now, why is this substantial? Well, we could see some heavy downpours, lots of lightning. We're talking abundant cloud to ground lightning. Let's time things out on our futurecast and see what happens. We start our day relatively clear, fairly calm tomorrow morning through the area. Lots of sunshine. The heat comes in. We're talking triple digits in the Columbia Basin. And then here comes this guy. That is that storm moving up across the Dalles and heading north right into Yakima, Ellensburg, the Cascades, Dalles, even into Tri-Cities. And again, we're checking out very abundant lightning, heavy downpours, which could cause some flooding in the area. This is what it looks like for our chances of thunderstorms. 70% Ellensburg, Yakima, 30% Tri-Cities and Hermiston, 20% in Walla Walla. We do have a flood watch in place for the Cascade Mountains, especially areas that have just had fires, and there's lots of burn scars. So there's nothing holding that dirt and vegetation into the area. So we could see some flood or even some mudslides when we get these heavy downpours. Just how much rain are we expecting? Not a whole lot in our lower elevations, barely a trace here in Tri-Cities, Hanford, about a ½ inch in Yakima, but check out Cle Elum, 1.1 inches. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but all at once, that is a lot, and especially with all of the loose ground around. Also, to add on top of that, we have a fire weather watch all through the region. Once again, due to the lightning, the erratic strong winds gusting up to 50 miles an hour plus. Let's talk about those winds. We'll see some breezy winds later in Yakima overnight. Not bad for most of the day tomorrow. You'll start to feel those winds picking up about midday, and then they'll start to get stronger here. Check it out, 42-mile-an-hour gusts. This is as those storms start to pass through the region, and then we'll see those winds increase also down the Columbia Basin as we get hit with some of those storms. So be prepared for a busy weather day, but for the most of Saturday will be nice. Overnight lows tonight in the 50s, so pretty comfortable outside. We'll call it again a clear calm before the storm. Tomorrow's daytime highs all the way up to 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities, upper 90s here in the foothills of the Blues. Planning things out, our thunderstorm potential very high for Ellensburg, 70% Saturday, maybe lingering a little bit into early Sunday morning. Then things will clear up. Temperatures again drift back down into the 80s and even cooler next week in Ellensburg. Yakima, we've got thunderstorms there, 70% chance, that little spike in temps, and then we'll be back in the 80s next week. Tri-Cities, triple digits possible. Look for breezy winds and a slight chance of those showers coming through our area, with temperatures hitting the 90s through Monday, back to the 80s next week. Breezy winds, hot day in Hermiston tomorrow, 98 degrees. Temperatures fall below the average next week. And for Walla Walla, there's a very slight chance of showers there. Very hot weather, and again, those temperatures stay in the 90s, start drifting down into the 80s, and like we saw in Ellensburg, temperatures actually down in the 70s. Unbelievable that this is the end of August. It's usually, you know, closer to 100 degrees right now, which we will see that weird spike tomorrow. So
hey, you know what? Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Yeah. All right, Stace, thank you. Still ahead on your news at 5. It's time for tonight's Spotlight, and this evening we are featuring a teacher from Yakima, so stay tuned.
Round 5 voting is now open. Click contests at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked, and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your community Chevy dealers.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to Neurostim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Joan, what are your must-haves in a man?
I'm very picky about a man being a gentleman, somebody who's generous, and also somebody who's humble.
Whoever that guy is, we want you to be happy.
I want to propose a toast. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys have been the best family in the world. I'm not here to replace Dad. I just want our family to be whole again. Cheers to a great adventure.
Power your adventures with the all-electric 2024 Subaru Solterra. It comes with legendary Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive, standard, plus a rugged 8.3 inches of ground clearance. Everything about the Subaru Solterra is advanced, including the technology keeping you and your passengers safe. Love is now electric.
Find your way home in a new Subaru Solterra from McCurley Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event.
The murders of a husband and wife found dead inside their home.
There were wild revelations.
Brandon's secret life.
Now, the powerful prison interview.
Why should we believe you?
2020, tonight on ABC.
Check this out, because every night around this time, we bring you the spotlight. Tonight, it comes from the Yakima School District.
That's right. Eisenhower High School's own science teacher, Robin Driver, has recently been named Pacific Education Institute's Field STEM Teacher of the Year. PEI supports educators in specializing in professional learning and field STEM implementation. Robin will be recognized in September at the PEI Field STEM celebration in Lacey.
Congrats to her. Yeah. Final weather is next.
Seattle battles Indiana, WNBA Sunday at 12:30, Apple Valley News Now.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
After thousands of votes, Round 5 voting is now open in Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown. So tell us who your top 2 favorites are. After voting, enter to win a $25 gift card from STCU. We're giving away a total of 24 cards from STCU, Les Schwab Tires, and Whitman Hill Winery.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Upgrade your home with the new Bosch dishwasher for just $6.99. Unmatched efficiency and state-of-the-art features. Dishes come out spotless every time. Enjoy exceptional savings and top-tier performance with this premium appliance. The Precision Wash system uses intelligent sensors to scan and check the progress of dishes throughout the cycle, while the Eco Silence motor systems ensures a quiet operation. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Farming at any scale is often about using what you have at hand to get the job done. Life definitely gets a little easier and more enjoyable when you have the right tools. It's important to me to be a good and reliable farmer, and that means taking care of the environment too. I want to see the valley continue to thrive and provide food long into the future. I just love what I do, and I wake up every day thankful to provide healthy, local food to my community.
Stop by today and feel the power of Pingree.
Dear 2031, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 6.39% APR for up to 60 months on many of your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Every day, we do things to ensure we are prepared for whatever comes our way. For veterans who use opioids or stimulants or pills that might be laced with opioids like fentanyl, use comes with risk of deadly overdose. So being ready means having naloxone on hand. If you are a veteran who uses opioids, now is the time to prepare. Naloxone is a free opioid overdose medication that comes as a nasal spray or injectable and can reverse an opioid overdose. Knowing how to use naloxone could save a life. Talk to your provider to learn more.
Take off on a flight over a magic place filled with cherries and so much more.
It's 35 farmers, about 2,000 acres of fruit trees. And then, of course, an assortment of veggies and berries and you name it.
Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next ET,
we're going to Hollywood.
New TV to get you hyped.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, from Twisters to Marvel's new baddie.
I'm going to go with it. Yeah.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, happy Friday. Thank you so much for watching us tonight. We'll have a lot more coming your way at 6.
Hoping your news is good news. World News starts in just a few seconds.